Welcome back to the Unofficial Pregame Show. I'm Hannah, that's Leanna, and we are here to talk to you about our last official standard season game, regular season game. This is our last one before playoffs. Standard,
yes,
yeah, I know.
Standard.
Words are hard.
We say a lot before we start rolling this.
Yeah, we do.
So by the time we start rolling, we don't have any words left.
I got other topics on the brain. So we are going to talk about our last official season game before we start playoffs next
weekend.
Next weekend.
Yeah.
Yep, because we are clinched. In fact, all the Frontier division is clinched. We're going to get into the which divisions are clinched and all that a little bit later in the show. But first, we wanted to talk to you guys about a few notable pieces of information that have happened over the last week or so since we saw you guys last. Not least of all would be Great Falls losing to the Irish, which just tickles my pickle.
So last night, the Irish played Great Falls, and they won 4-3 in overtime. Okay? Whatever. I mean, they're clinched playoff team, Great Falls. Butte still dead last, still upside down on our board.
As they should be.
But, you know, we're not to judge because, I mean, unfortunately, the Irish have kind of done some things recently that we don't like. But
we don't talk about it.
There's a couple things that I don't necessarily really like. Okay? I'm going to go through them. Not last night, but the week before, Butte had such a short bench that they actually played their goalie as a forward. And he scored.
He's the only one
who
scored that game.
The goalie. Okay.
Which one was that? Which goalie was that?
Chernakis. Okay, so
Andrew.
Fast forward, last night, Chernakis was a goalie, and he saved 73 shots on goal. Okay, that's a lot.
Jack of all trades.
Like,
boy can do anything. I bet he can drive the Zamboni too.
Probably.
We're just saying. MVP of Butte
and
over there.
One other thing that I'd like to bring up, Mr. Montana, we had high hopes for you as a Bighorn. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. So why do you go to Butte and you make all these goals?
Yeah.
He got 2 last night, and then he gets 1 goal every single game.
He scored against us the first game he came back on our ice after he switched over to the Butte, which, I mean, okay, so we can celebrate his success. It looks like he's doing great on the last place team in the Frontier. So good job, Avgustovsky. Like, that's wonderful. We're really happy for you that you're doing that. But where was that energy when you were here? So what I'm wondering is why... I'm curious about the dynamic of why he didn't work out here versus there. Is it just like a vibe thing? Did he just not vibe with the coach or the team over here? And he is over there. Is he a top dog kind of player where he needs to be the best player on the team, in which case he had to go to the worst team in the division to be the best player?
Yeah, I mean, don't know. But I also know that he was one of our younger players. So I know that it wasn't like a, hey, we'll never see you again. I thought it was more like, we'll see you later. Like, you'll be back when you're older.
But I don't know, man. I don't know that I want him back now because...
Yeah, you're mean. We feel like we have been catfished.
Yeah. Jacob.
We don't like being catfished, Jacob. Anyway.
But really, if you want to come back, that would be cool. And I'm really glad that he's being developed there. Like, to be fair, like, we'll criticize, but also I'm glad that he's getting development there and he's having some success, so...
Yeah, but come back once you're developed.
But yeah, once you get good, come back.
Gooder.
Gooder. Yeah, he was already actually pretty good.
I know.
So that was last weekend and last night.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that happened this week that was notable is our very own Appleman got, Frontier Star of the Week last week.
On the NA3, which we all know the NA3 doesn't really like as much. So for us to get a spot, let alone a goalie get a spot.
A slow clap for you, Branny.
Yes.
They were mentioning the games with the Sabres, how we swept them, talked about some of the stats and stuff, and then have a quote from Damon, which I'll read Damon's quote because I find it to be funny. You'll know why. Okay, so head coach Damon Hansen highlighted the impact of Branson Appleman between the pipes. Since Branson came in, he's brought stability to the net every night. And all the way up to the neutral zone. He battles hard and makes key saves when we need them. And we're thrilled to have him as we push into the playoffs. Yes,
that's legit.
100%. Like, you know that we're Apple fans over here.
Oh, yeah,
like
for sure.
We love Appleman and his chaos that he brings. I would not call it stability personally.
But that's why we love him.
But that's why we love him. I do like just the
energy,
the skill mixed with the chaos, mixed with the showmanship. Like
it's one.
He's kind of the whole package.
It
and,
is.
I just thought that using the word stability in reference to
between
Appleman
the pipes
was kind of funny.
It's just
So
it's
good
great.
on you, Appleman. Way to go. That's a great thing to put on your resume. And we're super happy to have our goalie up there. So
yes.
Because we don't get very many stars of the week.
No, we
on
don't.
NA3.
And rarely do you see goalies. Well, because in each team you have a lot of other players, and a lot of the times they show up, not necessarily more, but they're more noticed than the goalies. So you don't really see goalies that often on the stars of the week month they're taking.
Yeah. So now let's get to us playing Bozeman.
They checked out.
Y'all,
they're not even.
They checked out, but at the same time, we brought laughter back into slaughter. Like it was a slaughter. And okay, so let's talk about his performance last night, Blake's performance last night. So what we noticed was he has a 4-1 ratio. For every shot, 4 shots on goal, he lets a goal in. I watched him. I thought he was doing great.
Yeah.
He was definitely like working the net, and I mean, we had 10 goals. They had no chance. So the final score last night was 10-5, which was almost an absolute slaughter. But Blake being in the net, I think that was great development and skill building for him to be out there. Appleman will be in the net here tonight, so we'll see if we can get another double-digit win.
That would be great. And what I noticed about Bozeman last night, they're not a part of the playoffs. I'm a little shocked. I am happy that the Sabres get a spot because I think they deserve it. I've said this many a times.
Yeah. The Sabres are super, super like technically skilled team.
Yeah.
They are.
Bozeman not being in the playoffs is a little odd because they usually make it. I don't know. But
insane clown puppies are now just clowns.
But they came out. They kind of have no fight left in them. They know that they're not, And we had 3 goals within the first 5 minutes.
Oh, gosh.
So it's like they
It
kind
was
of
a bloodbath.
But the first time they actually got a goal, they actually started to try to play hockey for a little while until we just kept getting them. But then every time they would score again, they kind of like umped. And, there was only like 3 penalties all game.
Yeah, which is, well, it's not unusual for like end of the season right before playoffs.
Bozeman.
But it is unusual for Bozeman.
Especially since they don't have a playoff spot. What do they have to lose other than to bait us? Like,
Were they baiting us though? I mean.
Not really. They just like did not care.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if it will change tonight.
They did seem really checked out.
Yeah, so I'm like, I think they have nothing to lose. They know we have everything to lose, so they're going to just pick until we retaliate, and then there's going to be suspensions, and then we're going to be hurt next week when we play a playoff game. So that's what I was expecting.
I want our boys to remember tonight that, except in a very rare occasion, there are no penalties for chirping. So take out your aggression with your words. Get clever. Take out your aggression with your words and not with
bodies.
Penalizable actions. No suspensions. Yeah, no suspensions. No suspensions.
Yeah.
So we've played so far 7 games against Bozeman, including last night's game. Tonight will be the 8th. We have won 6 of those 7 games against them. And what did you say of the last 5 years? They've won a total of 10 games against us, and we've beat them 35 times. 35.
So as far as tonight goes, like, we're clinched, they're not. Nothing's going to change that. So I think that it would be great for us to have a great win on home ice in order, just because playoffs are next week. We need the morale. And I hope that we have a great game tonight. But for stats-wise, it's a wash of a game. Like, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But I still want to win.
Well, because the Hawks are playing the Quake again tonight. So they shut the Quake out last night. They're playing the Quake again tonight. The Quake they lost in overtime to the Hawks.
No, not overtime.
What?
No. That was Butte.
Oh, that was Butte.
No, so last weekend, Sheridan did play the Quake, and the Quake almost won. It was 4-3, but it wasn't overtime or anything fancy. But it was still a legit close game. And I want to know how we can sign up for this type of end season games. Like, why can't we play the Quake 3 times in a row at the very end? How did they get that?
Right? I know.
It's not fair. We get the Sabres and Bozeman, okay, but like they get the Quake. They're first place in their last 3 games are Quake.
Hey, you know, we are Quake's second biggest fan, so not too much shade on the Quake.
I'm not throwing
and
shade.
We need the. Okay, so we're leveraging hockey juju on the Quake because we need the Quake to come
that's what
through
I was doing.
and beat the Hawks. That was really hard to say because I'm not optimistic about it, but I need the Quake to beat the Hawks tonight.
We do. It would be great.
Which is a stretch, but
it would be fantastic if it happened.
Talk about a fantastic end to the season for us.
Oh yeah. And
I
Quake,
mean, the Hawks would still be in first place.
Yeah, for sure. But then the Quake, what a season ender. Come on,
Right?
you can do it. We've seen you beat these teams.
Yeah, this is your last game of this season, Quake. This is your last chance.
Beat the Hawks.
I want to see Mighty Duck style attitude and energy coming out. Let's go.
Yeah, you got this.
Let's go. Okay.
You got this.
So let's talk about the roster for tonight. I have our roster. I'm waiting. I don't have their roster, so we'll do the best we can with what we got.
We already know who they're going to play.
We pretty much are, and it really doesn't matter anyways.
No, it doesn't matter.
Whatever. So tonight, our starting lineup, which is a little bit weird for us. We noticed this. Well, she noticed it actually first. We have 3 defensemen and 2 forwards on our starting lineup instead of the other way around.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a reason, but then I was like, oh, maybe Austin Tyler because he's one of those
Yeah.
do they call him switch hitters?
That's
baseball.
Right. That's baseball. But that's the
you
same
get
idea.
it.
You
he
understand.
can do either. He can do anything. I think he should try goalie. That'd be awesome.
Show up Chernakis.
Yeah.
Like, I can do it all.
Yeah, right.
So starting tonight is Austin Tyler and Austin Eaker. So the Austins are starting as our forwards. And then
but no Bird,
Mason
no-
Smith, Maddox Hale, and Garrett Lindsay are our defensemen starters tonight. Meanwhile, the rest of our roster is Ty Shell, Cade Perea, Chase Berg as our first string, Cameron Kimmerly and the Austins on our second, Lincoln Carney, Cal Kellenberg, and Clint Isaacson, which is great to see him on the ice. We haven't seen him for a few games, so it's great to play Clint tonight. And then Fisher Nicolette, Jeff Hirschberger, and Tyler Parsons.
I do want to say one thing about our forwards. You have something solid when the announcer for the opposing team brings it up, and I will tell you what that is. Last night, they had the Austin Tyler string, and that string included Austin Tyler, Austin Eaker, and Kimmerly. And they are the power thruple. And even the announcer was just like, those three. Oh, here comes Austin Tyler's
I thought
string.
he was going to ask him out on a date.
He was super impressed, but I was like, you know what? I'm super impressed too. That is fantastic. And then you had another one, Ty Shell, Cade, Perea, and Chase Berg. And Austin Eaker and Ty Shell both got hat tricks in last night's game. Slow clap for you.
Yep. I was just thinking, I was like, we should bring up the hat tricks.
Double hattie. Fantastic job, you guys. Let's do it again tonight.
Yeah. Okay, so on defense, we're having Mason Smith, Caden Feinstein, Maddox Hale, Mason Blair, Barreto, and Garrett Lindsay with Appleman in the net and Blake. Oh, and then we've got Warren Reeser as our extra guy over here that I always forget which category if he goes up.
See, I know he's a defenseman. That's why, that's it. But everybody else, I never
Reeser's
remember.
a defenseman. So we've got Warren Reeser on our defense team tonight. So that's our lineup for tonight. As far as stats go, for us, Eakes has 56 total points this year. Fantastic. Feinstein in a close second with 49. And then Berg in third with 46 points. And then we've got Appleman is sitting purty at a 9-1.
Nice. I do want to say, though, that's points. Goals. We have Austin Eaker with 29, Ty Shell with 26.
Heck yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That Hattie last night certainly helped.
Good job,
And then Berg
Ty.
with 22.
Yes.
And then on the Icedogs, which I don't have their roster, but I can give you their top scores, is, of course, Steckelberg with 55. So he's not as good as Eaker.
We're better.
And Countess with 48.
We're
Again,
still better.
not as good as our second place guy. And Devin Bruins 44. Still, y'all are just trailing us by 1 or 2 points.
Yeah.
Like,
and Hansen, we all love Seth Hansen.
do we?
No, we don't. But he did get ejected last night for game misconduct.
I'm
so
shocked.
I know.
3 penalties and he got ejected?
No, he got ejected for a game misconduct. He did bad things. And so I'm wondering if he'll not be here tonight.
Oh, yeah. And he's number 8, isn't he?
Yeah, how do you know?
Because I always keep my eyes on him.
Every team that comes in, there's always one or two player we're like, we don't like that guy. Now, I'm sure you're a great kid off the ice, but we don't like you on the ice, okay? Hanson, if you're not here, I'm not going to cry. I might actually smile.
A little bit. So Jack Ryan has a 9-2, and their backup goalie also has an 8-8. Newman, who was in the net last night and let in 10 goals. So
yeah. So really quick standings. Everybody's clinched but the Southeast. She'll tell you why in a moment. If we get rid of the drillers like I like to do, we are in 6th. Woo! Woo! But that makes the Hawks in 5th. I don't like that. So whatever. Other than that, you have the drillers are 1st. West Bend Power 2nd. Granite City Lumberjacks finally put the Moose in their place. Texas Brahmas, then the Moose, then Hawks, then us. No one cares about anything else.
Although, this has got to hurt a little bit. Is the Drillers have had a nearly perfect season except for that one
little overtime loss. Yeah,
that's so great. Not quite perfect, which makes me happy.
Yeah.
So as far as every division is clinched. Mm-hmm. This goes with that, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Every division is clinched except for the Southeast, and I looked into it because I was like, it's awfully late to not be clinched.
Yeah, right.
But it turns out the Southeast actually has 4 more games to play. So the Drillers and the Roadrunners are playing this weekend, and they're playing tonight and tomorrow afternoon at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So their first game of the weekend is starting here shortly, and then. So the Drillers, the Roadrunners, and the Rage are all clinched in the Southeast. And then 4th place is being fought out by the Rougarou and the Pelham Prowlers. Now, the Rougarou has finished all their games of the season. The Pelham Prowlers are playing the Rage. And they've only ever beat them once so far this year out of like 7 or 8 games.
So they need to win both.
They need to win both because even if they win one, the Rougarou are 2 points ahead, but they have 2 more wins. Mm-hmm. So even if they win one and get those 2 points to tie up the points, then the Rougarou still has 1 or 2 more wins, so they don't have to win both of them. So they've got a similar situation as us with the Hawks and the Quake, is that like it really comes down to.
Yeah, so regardless of what happens tonight with us or the Hawks will still take first place because we have the same amount of wins, but they have more points because they actually have 2 overtime losses and a shootout loss. And we only have 1 overtime loss. So they're actually 2 points ahead of us, but we have the same wins. So it's dumb. I don't like it. But so regardless.
If they lose to the Hawks, which is why also that
Who loses to the Hawks?
Or I'm sorry, if the Hawks lose to the Quake tonight, we could take season regular season champion. That's why they're not. So on the
how?
Yeah.
No, because they still have more points than us.
No, if they lose and we win, then yeah. So okay, but listen. So they clinch and they assigned the regular season champion. So the regular season champion gets a Z by their name, and the clinchers get the X. Right? Mm-hmm. So the Hawks do not have a Z next to their name. They are not officially the regular season champion yet because of the 2 games being played tonight. If we beat Bozeman and they lose to the Quake, we could technically.
I don't get that though, because we have more losses than them.
Yeah, but if they lose and we win,
we'd have the same.
We have the same amount of wins. Yeah,
but we still have.
But they have more losses. No, they do. They have 3 losses and we have only 1.
But they got points for those losses. I don't know, people.
Yeah. So that's why the Hawks are not clinched as the regular season champion. Just take my word for it.
That math ain't mathin'.
It's mathin'. Mm-mm. It works.
No.
I mean, I didn't write the paper. They don't have a Z next to their name. It's an X. So the games tonight will determine. Right. So this is, there really is a lot on the line tonight if you really think about it.
Not for us.
Yeah. I think we can reasonably predict how tonight is going to go and like what.
I don't know because teams come here and they get superhuman powers.
Yes, but yes, there's always that like one weirdo game that just like tumbles everything around and
don't do it, Bozeman.
Yeah, watch it. I need the Quake.
Quake.
Give him some. Give it to him.
Cocoa Puffs.
Give it to him hard.
Okay. On that note. Anyways, that's all we got for you.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Before things just go downhill.
Yeah. So, Yeah, make sure you subscribe to us here on YouTube. YouTube.com/CTV. We go live before every live game. We will be covering the home playoff game
Against Great Falls.
Against Great Falls.
Unless the math starts mathing and something
whenever
happens.
that is. So yeah, so make sure you're subscribed and you have notifications on. You'll see us come on and talk about whatever we feel like talking about before the game. And then you can find us on our podcast, although we haven't been doing the podcast for lots of reasons. I think I want to do a season closer type of podcasting over at unofficialbighorns.com. And if you follow us on our Instagram, on the Unofficial Bighorns Instagram, we do post live updates of the score during the game. So, and who made the goals and what all is going on and all that
try,
stuff.
if the refs don't screw it up.
Yeah, we'll definitely blame the refs for that.
It's true.
So make sure you're subscribed and following us in all the regular places, and we will see you guys in Steed Arena at 7:05 tonight when the puck drops on the ice and we play our asses off. I don't want to jinx it. I'm not going to say it. Hockey's making me superstitious.
I know, right?
Because every time I say it, it goes sideways.
Yeah, we're not going to say it, but we will tell you to keep your horns always up.
Always.